Now, pour the tea.
I got crooked eye, so I
I
can't
do
trust
too.
you.
When it comes to straightening stuff, if I'm doing it, forget it. But somebody else is like, okay, I got this.
I have a cataract and astigmatism.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm blind.
I used to have astigmatism, and then I got that PRK surgery, and that's another story.
They said that mine's not bad enough to have to get it yet.
Okay.
So they don't want to do it because I'm still young and my eyes can change.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, and I feel it. Okay, are we ready for this?
Oh, let's do it.
All right. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Tea Talk with Tina, the podcast where we gossip, chit-chat, and spill all the tea about all the things. I'm your host, Tina, and today I'm joined by an incredible human being. She is a certified personal trainer, a certified group fitness instructor, a certified nutrition specialist, certified in exercise science. She's also certified in Zumba, Ripped, Rumble, Strong Nation, Aqua Zumba, and yoga. She's been a professional fitness instructor for 15 years and been in fitness for 20. She has run 3 half marathons, numerous 5Ks, and 10Ks. She currently works for Morenci Fitness Center, where she has had the privilege to use all of the certifications and modalities we have listed. Sorry, that was a lot. I got tongue-tied because she does too much.
All I know is I'm tired listening to it, and I do it.
Anyway, in case you didn't get that, this is Emily Hart. Yay!
You need one of those little applause meters.
I know. I'm a woo.
Well, thank you for having me, Tina. I'm so excited.
So excited
This is
you're here.
exciting.
Yay! How was your week?
My week, oh goodness, it was crazy. A lot of fitness, a lot of personal training, just really, I'm actually coming back out of my second ankle surgery, which is kind of crazy. You know, like do a lot of fitness, stuff happens. But in the process of all of that, I'm just coming back and getting back into just life overall. And I'm excited about it, though.
I'm very curious. I want to know what the start of a regular day is the end of the day for you with all of these certifications that you have under your belt.
So every day is a little bit different. Okay, just so you know, because I don't use all of the certifications all of the time, because if I did, I wouldn't sleep.
Crazy.
I would need a lot more caffeine.
Yeah.
A lot more caffeine.
We're sponsored by Starbucks.
So because I work in Morenci, I actually get up at 3:30 in the morning here in Safford. I'm usually at the door about 4:45 in the morning, and get to work somewhere around 6 o'clock if the traffic isn't crazy. So, which it's always crazy, but that's another story.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the minute I get there, clock in, I just start preparing my day from any of my workouts to my personal trainings to sometimes crazy stuff comes up out of nowhere. So we're working with members. We do in-body scans. I work with their nutrition. It's just a constant throughout the day. And my group fitness classes, I'm usually preparing those probably about 30 minutes prior to, sometimes an hour before, just depending on what I'm doing. But I love it. I really do. It keeps me personally accountable for my health, for my fitness, and then anybody else that comes along. So, yeah, it's been really good for me.
I love that. Yeah. What is your favorite thing that you've learned or have been certified in? What's your absolute favorite?
That's a hard one. That really is a hard one.
There's a lot to choose from for
you.
you.
It's just every time I get into something new, I'm one of those people, I get bored really easily, obviously.
Me and you are the same. This is why we're friends.
Yes, we are. Right here. High five. Okay. But for me, if it doesn't challenge me, I don't want to do it. And I like any type of modality that's going to help me be better mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in every aspect of my life. And what's crazy is I think out of all the modalities that I've ever been certified in, Ripped is still my favorite. Ooh. I freaking love Zumba. It's a lot of fun, and I love Aqua Zumba. That's fun. But Ripped has always been the one that never ceases to amaze me. It changes my body, challenges me like no other. And I still remember the first time that I went to a Ripped class, and the actual fitness area that I was working in, the owners came in from Las Vegas, and they had just got certified in RIT. And they said, we want all of the instructors to come in, and we want you guys just to, get a taste of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, and all I thought was, I'm never doing this again. I did not want to do it again because it wasn't something that I've ever done before. Mm-hmm. And it really, really challenged me. And I remember I was feeling muscles I'd never felt before. It hurt, but it hurt in a good way. But and then the actual owner came up to me and she says, Emily, I would like you to teach ripped. And I looked at her. Oh no, I looked at her and my stomach, went in knots, and I was so nervous and I had the butterflies. But I remember once I started teaching it, once I got the idea of how ripped actually works and all of the workouts work simultaneously together, it's really, really cool just how it challenged my body. I had the best time, and I noticed within about 2 to 3 weeks, I had muscle definition I'd never had before.
That's awesome.
And that in itself inspired me, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. Mm-hmm. And I thought, it's just something that I promote a lot. And anyway, I really love it. I really do.
I never did your ripped classes, but I did them when they had them at Physique for a little bit. Okay. And it definitely toned me a lot more than, like, I think that had a lot to do with why I was so toned when I was going through that transition in the gym for myself.
Yeah.
Because it was right before COVID. So that's when I was doing that. But I think I liked it. I'm sad that I've never taken one of your ripped classes. And everybody tells me they're the best.
Well, I'm thinking about bringing them back here as soon as I'm through my recovery and everything. Probably close to January. I'll probably bring ripped back to the Safford area, which I'm really excited about because people keep asking about it.
Be on the lookout.
Yeah.
We're going to promote that. Sponsored by Emily Hart's ripped classes.
And then we'll make sure Jessica's there so you guys get to see how it goes.
We'll make a little extra bonus video showing me dying by your class.
You'll love it though, I promise.
You know what I think is so interesting is, like, you do so much and, like, you're just so knowledgeable in everything that you do. And, like, how do you obtain all of that information? How do you keep it, like, right there at the click of your snap of your hands? I don't know what the saying is. How do you right there on the tip of your tongue?
Honestly, I got to a place that I figured if I'm going to do anything, I don't want to treat it like it's a hobby. I am responsible for everybody else's their safety. I think that's one of the biggest things for me is any exercise I do, and even in nutrition, I don't want to give anybody any information that I would not want to receive myself. So I think big picture, if I was on the other end, how would I want someone to treat me? Mm-hmm. And as far as the knowledge base, it's a constant. It really is. If there's something specific that I'm looking for, whether it's really teaching someone form and technique, whether it's in weightlifting, because I also do circuit classes over at Morenci Fitness Center.
Of course she does.
And we do meditation, which is really fun. I love meditation. It's where we relax. I do relax.
Let's relax. My relaxing is napping. But
some of my girls fall asleep in it. It's all my time. But it's actually I just love what I do so much that I want to be a sponge for information so that I can keep everybody else that I have the privilege to instruct or be around. I want to keep them safe, and I want to help people reach their goals because I know what it feels like to go through anything in life and feel like you're just not making strides. Mm-hmm. And my heart is always about encouraging people and making sure that they know you can do it, because we all have had those moments in life where it's like, okay, I really don't feel like I can achieve what I would like to for my life. And I think that's just the biggest thing. I just love people. Yeah. I love people. So keeping all of that information, being able to deliver it so that they can understand it where they're at it's huge for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. What made you get into fitness? Like, what was your first I like that. What is that? Like, what drew your eye?
Oh, goodness sake. I just remember I was hearing I've always been into fitness. I've always worked out, but I never really applied myself. I would work out maybe a couple of times a week, and if it was, and it was just more of I guess I'll go, and I really didn't. I just knew I felt better when I was done. When I really started to get into group fitness was my first class of Zumba. And that was over 20 years ago. And I still remember walking in. I was scared spitless. There's all these people, especially, just dancing and having fun. But I got in there and I was hooked from the get-go. And I just knew that I loved how I felt when I was done. And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
You're not always going to feel great in the beginning. I've gone tired, I've gone stressed, I've gone, feeling good or whatever. But when I'm done, I feel so, so much better. So, I just knew that I felt great.
Yeah.
And then I was attending more classes. Within a few months, I was asked to instruct classes, which was really cool. Is because I never imagined myself leading a dance class. I used to love to dance. Didn't think I could do what I can do now. But it's just, it's just really fun. It's really, really fun just to be able to burn calories. And
because it doesn't feel like a workout.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Just
especially like when you get into it and it's like, and then like also the more you go, like the more you get to see other people and like get to know people, and it's just like nobody cares. Everybody's just having a good time.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And what about you? When did you do your first class?
So I was in high school. It was like the summer of before my sophomore year or my freshman year, I think. My aunt used to go to classes.
Okay.
So I'd go with her. I started going with her like every other day. So that was the first time I went to Zumba, and it was just, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I liked it. I've always loved dancing and doing stuff like that. But after that, I didn't do Zumba again until, I think, 2019.
Okay.
I started going because I think that's the year that they brought it to physique.
Okay.
And so, and I knew Crystal, and so I started going to Crystal's classes.
That's awesome.
It is a little intimidating at first, and I think everybody feels that way. They're like, I can't dance, I'll look dumb. I'm like, nobody's even paying attention to anybody else. Yeah. We have the disco lights going on, nobody cares. But that's when I started going, and I've just been hooked ever since. Yeah.
Well, you're also certified.
I am.
Certified
I'm also
Zumba instructor too.
Certified Zumba instructor. I don't teach right now.
Yeah.
But I still go to classes.
Yeah.
And it's still fun. Sometimes, like, the more that I've been going now, just, like, as participating, it's actually a little bit more fun than teaching a class.
Yeah, well, there's less pressure.
Yeah.
There really is less pressure. To instruct, and like I said, I've been doing it for so long. The way you challenge your own limits is a lot different because, again, you're supporting other people, to be the best they can. And the energy that it takes to be an instructor.
Like, I love to give 110% when I'm standing on the stage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you have to. And because, honestly, statistically, it's been proven that if you give 110%, usually your class is giving probably about an average of 60 to 75 of their percent. So when you up the ante, they will up the ante. When you drive a little harder, they'll drive a little harder. So energy's everything. And I don't think a lot of people understand, how much it takes to be an instructor. And, and for me, I've gotten to the place where I really love it. I love watching everybody grow. I love watching everybody have fun. I love watching everybody get mad at me because I made them do another burpee or two. We did one song recently. Oh, my girls came in. I just came back after being on leave, and one song had like 50 burpees in it.
Oh, my gosh.
And they were going, she's back.
That's Emily. There she is.
That was a compliment.
Yeah, I miss teaching sometimes just because, like, there was some stuff that I feel like, I don't know, just because, like, the connections that you make with the people that come to your class all the time. And I think that's what makes you feel the best is when you're, like, you're doing a good job when you're making those connections with people. Yeah. And so that's, like, kind of what I miss the most about it. But it's, like, I'm still going with the same group of girls that I was teaching with. And so it's, like, it's built a good community for me. Right. And so, like, even if I'm not teaching, I still have that community, and I'm just so thankful for it.
Yeah, I have 3 different communities, which is really crazy. I've been a part of the one that you're in at Physique, and then I was also instructing here in Safford, so there was other classes that were going outside of Physique, and that was my own business, and then now in Morenci. So when you talk about the relationships, it's huge. Just even to walk into a new place, whether you are a member or you're just coming in to try it out or you're an instructor, it's always one of those that's like, okay, why am I here? Why am I going? What is my purpose for being here?
Mm-hmm.
And just the relationships that even I've built in Morenci have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love those ladies there. I've loved all the ladies here, and relationship is part of it. So I know a lot of people have actually come to class because they didn't know anybody. You know, they may have just moved from another town, and somebody
they want to get to know people.
Yeah.
And I always tell people too, like, it's like, if you're not comfortable with the gym and you don't know where to start, like, going to those classes is such a good place, because it's like everybody's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And maybe some people have been doing it longer or whatever, but everybody's there for the same reason. Like, basically, like, to either, like, meet people, just work on themselves, just, like, that's their self-care for the day. Like,
that's huge. Yeah, no, I had some ladies come in, and they were so funny. One of them, you know, this was years ago, so no, I'm not calling anybody out. Just everyone's gonna be like, "Thanks, Emily." It was
if the shoe fit,
and she no longer lives in the area. But what happened was so funny, because she came and she goes, "I don't know how to dance. I have no clue. I have no rhythm." So we started the class, and that lady was in her own little corner, in her own little world, having the best time, laughing and doing things that I know my body could not do. But what was so cool was she was loving it.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept coming back. And every now and then she'd pick up a step that we were doing. And it was probably one of the neatest things to watch, because I was just like, this is why we do this.
Mm-hmm.
So that people know that they're welcome, that they're loved for who they are, right where they are, because that's what matters. So.
Yep, exactly. So I love that. Ooh, that gave me chills. Ooh. Ow. Okay. What are some things that, like, people will ask you just about, like, health and fitness in general? Just, like, what are the, like, top things that people question you about?
Okay. It's really crazy, because anytime that you get into any type of relationship when it comes to fitness, you're going to get just a boatload of different things, from the actual nutritional aspect to form and technique, which I talked about a while ago. And basically that's how you position yourself when you're working out, and how should I, move a certain way in order to get certain results. But then there's also a lot of emotion that comes in it. People have lives, and they come in with all of their stuff. But I think probably one of the biggest things lately, when I received my nutrition certification and I started teaching nutrition classes, most people go, I don't know how to eat. I just eat, and I don't know how to eat. What am I supposed to be eating? So from that, I began nutrition clinics. And in the nutrition clinics, I'm not kidding. I think this has probably been one of the biggest game changers, is because a lot of people go exercise and they don't go get results. Mm-hmm. And the reason is, it's not that the exercise isn't working, it's that your nutrition isn't.
Right.
And if you learn, and if you're willing to learn how to take care of your body and take care of the response that your body puts out when you eat, because there's an energy that you can gain from eating good protein and learning what protein is. I have found that most people have zero clue what protein is. Mm-hmm. So if you don't know what protein is, go look it up. Okay? I'm serious. Go look it up. What kind of foods have protein in them?
That's what Natalie's constantly telling you. You need protein. Protein.
Good job, Natalie. Hey. Shout out to you. But protein is huge, and everyone's body needs a different amount of grams of protein throughout the day. But people will always, ask me, how do I do this? How do I figure this out? One of the easiest things that I think I can give to anyone, and most people don't like to hear this, is shop the perimeter of the store. So if you want to know what good nutrition looks like, you're usually going to end up with, think about what's on the perimeter. When I say just on the outside circle of the store, not in all the aisles, what do you see when you go to the grocery store?
Like the meats and the fruits and the veggies and...
Yes, I mean, it's all the good stuff. You'll have your cheeses, you'll have your meats, anything, except if you go by the deli and there's donuts. Don't do that.
Oh, okay.
So forget that part. But it's really important.
I'm all the bakeries.
Emily said we could shop the perimeter. No, I didn't.
That's not that corner. Skip that corner.
But But nutrition really is the key. Learning what proteins, fats, and carbs are. The macros is basically a word that is used for those three components: proteins, fats, and carbs. So when you hear someone say, "Well, I'm counting my macros," sometimes, to be truthful, for me, and this is one of the things that I really like to deliver in my clinics, is talking about macros overwhelms me. Okay, okay, you want me to do what? How much protein, how much fat, how many carbs? All of that is really good, and there's many, many people who are really, really good at that. And so I applaud anybody that is really good at that.
Yeah.
For me personally, I've had to learn how to respond to what my body needs in those. Okay, I know that before a workout, I specifically need to have had some protein and some good carbs. So for me, it could be like an egg in the morning, and then probably like half a cup of oatmeal right before I work out. That oatmeal carries me through my workout because that's good sustaining energy that breaks down slower, so I can push a little bit harder. And being an instructor, it's really important to learn how to do that. Outside of the nutrition aspect, I think I want to qualify one thing before I say the next thing is most people are worried about diets. Should I do keto? Should I do Atkins? Should I do all of this other stuff? My greatest encouragement to you is learn your body. Learn your body, not anybody else's. Learn your body. I'm not saying don't do those. What I'm saying is when you know your body, what it responds to, then you'll know what to feed it.
Right.
Because basically, it's like a car. If you don't have any gas in that car, you have no energy to go anywhere. That car's not going anywhere.
Right.
So food is fuel. And if you look at it that way, it's really, really going to supply your body with everything that it needs. Most people need to look at diets versus lifestyle changes. Lifestyle is basically, hey, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life because I want to feel good.
Right.
And one other thing that I get asked a lot, okay, there's cravings and sugar. Okay. Cravings, I have learned, is it's basically a trigger. What we do to our bodies is we so often give it things over and over and over again. So let's say you eat a candy bar every day. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, time for my Coke and candy bar. Why am I saying that? I used to do it. I used to be I need to say this correctly because I said it one time in a meeting and it came out wrong. I used to say I was a Coca-holic. And everyone was like Coca-Cola-holic. Okay, qualify. And Reese's peanut butter cups.
What a lifestyle change it was.
Did you know?
Fun fact.
I did not do Coke
Anyway.
But for me, I really had to learn that became a habitual thing that I did every day, that my brain was signaling, saying, okay, it's time for your Coke. It's time for your Reese's peanut butter cup. What that does is when you train your body to do a certain thing and you train your brain actually responds to what you give it every single day, and it adapts to what you give it. So when you make those changes, that's why a lot of people find it so difficult to make those changes in the beginning, because you're literally changing the physiological structure of your brain when you're doing it. I listened to someone, her name is Dr. Caroline Leaf, and she's a neurocognitive scientist, and she's done so many studies on all of this. So when you're talking about the information stuff, this is, for me personally, I've learned that you can actually change so many dynamics of your body and your brain just by your nutrition. And in my history, I'll just tell you that my dad had heart issues, high blood pressure, diabetic. He had neuropathy from his diabetes. Best dad I could have ever had. Love my dad senseless. There was just nutritional things in his life that caused some of those. And then my mom, she actually passed away and she had dementia. I'm on a journey. I don't want to go through that. Mm-hmm. So that's why what I do isn't just about giving information, and it's not just about exercise and all of that. It's about, I want to live, and I want to live quality.
Yes.
And the nutrition aspect, the diet aspect, all of that, it's extremely, extremely important in order for me to have longevity. And that's what I want. I don't want to be that little old lady in the wheelchair going all over the
Yeah.
place. I want to be the one that my grandkids are saying, Grandma, wait up.
Yeah.
Wait up. I can't keep up. I want to be that person, and that is my goal in my life to do that. So
That is so awesome.
and I could keep talking. I got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I love that. That's why we like Emily. She knows how to keep the conversation going.
She doesn't know how to shut up.
No. That's what we're here for. Spill the tea about all the things you know. You sponge. I'm going to call it SpongeBob. That was the word I was trying to think of earlier, was absorb. How do you absorb so much information?
You sponge.
And then I was like, we were all off the topic already, so I was like, man, that's just me being dumb. Sorry, everybody. Let's see. What else?
Well, I was sharing something with you a while ago that I would that I really want to encourage you. For any of the women that are listening, this is some of the stuff.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to bring that back up.
Yeah.
I thought that was super
This is huge. I did a 6-week course at Renzi Fitness Center when I was doing the nutrition clinics, and yes, it was based on the nutrition, but it was also based on women and hormone health. And most women do not know their body. And I was in a room, and it was really, really cool. I think it was like 28 people in the room, and the ages ranged from 16 to 63. So nice broad range of women, things we've all gone through. So you're looking at those that are in their menstrual cycle or perimenopause, and then menopausal, and then postmenopausal. So in visiting with everybody, what most women do not know about their bodies, and this really plays into nutrition and then also working out, is there's phases. So if you have a menstrual cycle, that your hormones, because we all know they shift, we all have PMS. We need another definition for that. Instead of premenstrual syndrome.
party. No. I don't know. I'm not good with words, Emily.
Work with me.
I am not good on the fly.
Oh, yeah, you are.
And I tell you, I have to script everything. Okay, in the last 2 weeks, I've worked over 100 hours. Whatever,
Oh, yeah.
55 plus 55 is.
Yeah, see, you're busy. You are.
I'm a little tired.
Just on my caffeine. Just keep talking.
Come on, this is the Emily show today. Talk, girl, talk.
All right, women. So you have some phases.
We'll put it. Sorry to interrupt.
Go.
I was just gonna say, there is a thing on Spotify where you can do a poll or you can do like a Q&A.
Okay.
So I think in the Q&A, everyone should go in there and put what you think PMS should stand for.
I like it. Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. Let's do that.
Yes. Okay.
I am dying to hear the results.
If you're listening on Spotify, go into the Q&A box and tell me what you think PMS should stand for. Bam. And done.
Okay.
See, I'm good for something. Continue.
Okay. Back to the hormones.
And now to our regularly scheduled program.
Most women don't know that you actually have you have some phases that your body deals with within that month of the 28 days. Have you ever heard of follicular and luteal?
No.
See, and I love this because most women haven't. The follicular phase is actually, it's right after your cycle starts, and it goes into about 15 days after that. During that phase, that's when that's when you are coming through your cycle, that you're starting to get your energy back, things are starting to feel a little bit better. That is when your estrogen levels start to spike. And when your estrogen levels spike, so we had talked about this a while ago, you know that when you're in the gym and then all of a sudden you feel like you're a beast and you can lift heavy, you're doing really good, and it's like, this seems easier today for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you can think, and it's like, okay, that felt great. You leave and you go, oh, Most women go through that and they feel, man, that was really, really good today. What most women don't know is they've just probably come off their cycle. Their energy levels have gone up. Their estrogen is higher. When your estrogen is higher, you have more energy. Mm-hmm. And you can lift heavier and your body heals faster. So that's a good thing. And you also need good, solid protein in that. And at that point, you can eat high protein, And then you can also eat some of your higher carbohydrates at that time. Now, when I say carbohydrates, I'm talking about your fruits and your oatmeals and your rice and all of those things that actually can break down and give you even more energy when you're in the gym. So that's a safe time when your body's actually going to burn those a little bit differently because you're lifting heavier, or you're running harder, or whatever you're doing overall. So 2 weeks after that, you're going to hit. It's actually from day 16 to about day 28. In that time, you're going to go into what's called the luteal phase. The luteal phase, right in the middle, is where your estrogen starts to come down, your progesterone levels start to come up. Right in the middle of all of that is when your testosterone's a little bit higher too. Yes, women, we do have testosterone, not as much. But that's also when you... How much can I say on here?
You can say whatever you want. We's explicit.
That's awesomely.
That's awesome.
Let's try that again. That's honestly when most women, they crave sex more at that time. So I want you to think about that. Most women are going to be going, okay, I have more energy. And because your testosterone levels are at a really, really good place, you actually crave sex a lot more. And that's when you're like, come here, baby. Come over.
I think I'm at this luteal phase currently. It's all making sense to me.
It's right in the middle.
I see it now.
But as you continue in that luteal phase, your estrogen levels drop, your progesterone levels climb in that respect, and you'll burn. And when your progesterone levels are higher, your body temperature goes up. When your body temperature goes up, you burn more fat. Okay, it's actually really cool.
I'm going to listen to this like 5 times so I get all this information.
It's actually really, really cool, but sometimes your energy levels feel like they're plummeting at the same time, because that's when you're going to start going into PMS. We'll figure out that means later. But that's when your body starts going into those phases, and then you don't feel as strong in the gym, or feel like, if you're doing Zumba or any HIIT workout or running, you just don't feel like you have that energy that you can pull out. And this is, I need to be careful.
Hey, if you accidentally slip, I can cut it. It's the pros to me editing my own podcast.
Which I love her.
No one else will ever hear it.
One of the craziest things is when you feel like your energy is plummeting. Most women have found, and all the women that I've had the privilege to coach through this recently, found freedom. And they were like, oh my gosh, so I'm not failing in the gym. I'm not, losing my mind, because, there's days you're just so sleepy, you just don't know what to do. And that's because your hormone levels are changing. So you go to the gym and you almost feel like you're a little defeated in that moment. What's really cool is you're not. Is during that first phase, in the follicular phase, you can lift heavier, you're going hard. The last 2 weeks of that, when you're in the luteal phase, you can actually still lift, but you can give yourself a little bit of a break, if I can say it that way. The beginning, you can do more weight, less reps.
So kind of like what you're doing at the beginning is kind of making up for what you're probably going to not slack off. I don't know the right words to use at the end.
You actually won't lose. You actually won't lose at all. And I think that's what most women are afraid of, is when they feel that way, they feel like they're not...
Like they're going to get
making gains. Yeah. What you can do at that time is you just take down the weight and do more reps. So that way you're giving your body a little bit more of a break, because your body is not going to heal as fast as it did in the follicular phase in the first 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, it's not going to heal as fast, so you need more time, and your body needs more time to heal. And so rest days are important. And when I say rest days, for me, it's an active rest day. Active rest day for me is I'll go on a walk, I'll go on a light jog, I'll just stay extremely busy, I'll just keep moving. Moving is probably one of the best things that you'll ever do for yourself. But even during that phase, the last 2 weeks, high protein is always a given. Okay, so that's one of the things that it also makes you feel more full, and it helps your muscles repair faster. So protein is always a given. But in the same respect, at that point, you can actually consume a little bit more fat. Now, what do I mean by fat? I don't mean go eat chicharrones and all that
I'm on menudo? Hot Cheetos?
Hot Cheetos is a carb.
Oh, well, I'm definitely not doing it right. Listen, I'm not the certified one here. She is.
I'm just messing with you. But what you can do This is where you can add avocados and salmon and actually add those really, really
salmon.
good. I do too. Any type of fish has good fat to it, so you can add some more of that into your diet. So you're actually going to be burning more fat, but your body's going to need that fat also to store for energy for when you go back into your follicular phase again. Mm-hmm. It's really crazy what your body does, but it has become, for me personally, I know that it works when I've learned to pay attention. It's like, okay, I'm really exhausted. I just got to telling Jessica earlier today, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to do this because my hormones were going, woo! And it's one of those, it's just can be a little discouraging. And when you just feel like I'm just sleepy, there's nothing else that I can do. So I took a nap and I feel better, but I also made sure that I ate well today. And as long as you eat well in the midst of those phases, because that's when the cravings kick up. That's when you want to go for the chocolate and the hot Cheetos, which I really do like hot Cheetos. I like the lime ones with the lime on them.
I'm not going to say that yesterday I was craving a bag so bad before I got home from work. I was like, I'm going to leave and I'm going to go eat my hot Cheetos. And I did.
And because she has children, she has to hide the bag.
Yeah, because every time Chloe sees me with hot Cheetos, where's mine?
Yeah.
Well,
I used to have my own little stash. Sorry, kids. I did. I had to.
Mom life.
But honestly, that's usually about when the cravings really start to kick in. And what I've also learned is when your body starts craving certain things, let's just say, that you want the hot Cheetos. What your body will actually need at that time is some more magnesium, or that I actually have, it's called a cravings checklist, that if you crave sweets, or if you crave alcohol, or if you crave salty foods, whatever it is, that your body is missing a nutrient. Mm-hmm. And it shows you the nutrient that it's missing. But then I also on that list, it shows exactly what foods you can eat in order. Yeah, just to feel better. And I'm going to tell you, this has worked like amazing for me personally. The minute I have a craving, I really, really want to go for that really good, treat, whether it's the Reese's peanut butter cup, or I just love chocolate. I do. Lindor truffles, send them to Emily Hart. Anyway, just kidding. But seriously,
we'll link an address that you can forward them to. Morenci Fitness Center.
Oh, that'll work.
There you go. Tell me if you start getting packages.
That'll be our.
Let me find out they sending you gift baskets before they send me gift baskets.
I'll share.
Okay.
You just have to request.
I'm not a big chocolate person. I like hot Cheetos.
Yes, she does.
And Starbucks gift cards, which I don't need because I work there, but I'll take them.
As long as you're going to send them, she'll use them.
I'll put them to good use. Anyway,
but when all of those cravings happen, again, there are foods that you can eat. And for me, what I was going to say was a teaspoonful of peanut butter goes a long way. Something as simple as that. Okay, not a jar of peanut butter.
You know what's so weird is
just a teaspoon.
Back in middle school, like right before volleyball games specifically, I would always have just a spoonful of peanut butter. Like, I didn't know it was good for me, but it was like my little ritual that I had, and I didn't realize that was like...
Yeah, and it can give you energy because it has... peanut butter, it has some protein in it, but it's mostly for fats, and that fat probably gave you some energy for your volleyball games too. So it's actually a really good choice. If you don't like peanut butter, there's almond butter. There's all kinds of different things that you can do, but I'll just have to send you that cravings checklist so if people ask about it, you guys can have it. But that thing is amazing. It's changed a lot of people's perspectives on, okay, I'm not losing it. I always want these potato chips, or I always want this, but it's because my body is actually needing something else. Mm-hmm. And everybody I've talked to and everybody that I've had a chance to work with, and I do mean everyone that I've had a chance to work with, has done the work, and they say, you know what, it works. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think I remember that checklist because isn't that part of something that you give when you... So Emily has this cool thing called Heart to Heart Challenge. I did start it, and I was doing so good with it, and then I got pregnant, and then I just was like, bah. Do you want to talk about your Heart to Heart Challenge?
Yeah, my Heart to Heart Challenge, it's a 6-week challenge. And within that challenge, what we do is we do weigh you. But now we have something called an in-body scanner, which actually does the whole body composition. It's going to show you how much muscle you have, how much fat you have in your body, how many calories that your body burns. It shows you your BMI. It has everything in it. It's really cool. And then it even gives you like a little prescription to show about how much fat loss they would recommend and how much muscle gain it would recommend, which is also cool. We also measure everyone, and then I always have everyone write out goals. What do you want to do? What's realistic within 6 weeks that you want to achieve? And it's not even just in the physical aspect. You know, most people say, I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks, which is great. The work required is part of what I get to help, you know, in that. But then there's also, you know, I want to change how I eat. Or I even had one lady say, you know what, I just don't want to be depressed anymore. And that's a huge one for me. Because most people do not realize that when you don't take care of your health, you don't take care of your nutrition, depression plays a huge part in that. And that's usually just because your body's releasing a lot of toxins. Mm-hmm. So within the Heart to Heart Challenge, I work with everyone. And usually I do about 25 people because it's a lot of time and it's a lot of investment overall. But, you know, measuring them from at the beginning and at the end, we take before and after pictures. And then we just help them reach their goals so they can feel better. And again, it's the one-on-one counseling. We do group counseling. We do all of that. When I say counseling, I mean like I'm talking to you about your nutrition. What do we need to adjust? What are you doing? How can I help you feel better overall? Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's brought some amazing results with people. And like I said, just to see people change and feel so much better about who they are, which, by the way, this girl's looking really good. Hey. Because you've been in the gym a lot more. You've been doing it differently. I know you and Natalie have been working out together.
Yeah, I think this is like the longest that I've stayed consistent with like weightlifting because I'm not a big. I just it's never interested me enough. I'm a cardio gal. I love cardio. I love running. I love just anything that's
hit
like
workouts.
Yes.
I get it.
And like weights has always been hard for me too because I used to be heavier chested. Mm-hmm. So I felt like getting forms right and everything was really hard for me also. Mm-hmm. And I still have a hard time like adjusting the form and stuff. Mm-hmm. But like that's something that I've been working on recently. But I don't know. I like having Natalie. She is helping me like with my form when she sees something that needs to be adjusted a little bit. She'll help me. And then like she knows more about the machines and like the weights and stuff. So that's been helpful. She's like the first weightlifting partner that I've had
so cool.
that like
I love that. Yeah.
knows what they're doing and like can actually help me. So it's like it's been easier to do it.
Yeah. So sometimes it's really good just to have any kind of a partner that is serious. Mm-hmm. And when I say serious, I mean you still have fun. You guys, you know,
go in there and chit chat.
Yeah. But in the same respect, you're supporting each other.
Yeah.
And
keeping each other accountable. That's the other thing too, is because like. And that's her big thing, too. She's like, you know, I didn't want to come to the gym this day, but I saw that you did, and, like, vice versa. And so, like, I think that's important also. We just kind of keep each other on track. And, like, we pretty much have, like, the same goals.
Right.
And so that's helpful, too. And so it's just, like, you know, when you're doing it by yourself, there's only, I think, so much that you can do to, like, get yourself motivated and, like, to kick yourself in the butt and stuff. Yeah. But, like, having somebody else to do it and support you with it too is so much better.
Yeah, it really makes a big difference, you know. So if you guys need a partner to work out with or someone, you know, that can go with you and discuss nutrition, that's huge. Mm-hmm. And I know you guys have also been working on your nutrition and you guys have been taking care of that as well. And it's, you know, you get results. That's just the bottom line. If you're consistent, you'll get results. There will be days when you go to the gym and you don't feel like being at the gym or you don't feel like eating 100% healthy. Those, for me, are days where I thought, oh, you know, if I can get there, even if I can do something, I'm at least maintaining and not losing.
That is anything. How I felt last Wednesday. I was so just, because I had to skip our afternoon workout.
Right.
But I was like, I can't skip my late workout because I skipped the middle one, and I was like, I don't want to. I want to be there. And I went to Zumba that night. I was so tired. Yeah. Like, you know, Natalie looked at me like, "Are you okay?" I was like, I'm probably gonna leave in the next 10 minutes. Like, only do 30 minutes. But like, I pushed myself, and like, it wasn't as like hard as I usually go, like as far as Zumba. Mm-hmm. But I made it through the whole hour, and it just felt better.
Yeah.
Like, lately I've been doing that a lot. Like, if I find myself, like, being tired and stuff, I'm like, I'm going to feel even worse if I just don't even, like, try or make the little bit of effort. So I was like, I'll go. I can go do a quick set, or I can just go like for a walk or something, and
Yeah.
and I always feel better right after.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question. Now that you are doing it consistently and that you do it all the time, do you feel like your body's now craving what you are doing?
Yeah, because I get sad if I can't go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, and I know that the reasons that I don't go isn't because I'm feeling lazy or just like not motivated to go. It's because I'm busy doing other things. But I'm constantly going, so I feel like if I'm keeping my body moving and going, that I'm not losing anything.
Well, and it's not as hard to go now because you've been going consistently. And how long have you been doing this now?
I think we started right after my wedding. I want to say it was around the 21st, so I think it's been like a month.
Good.
Of July,
good,
not
good,
of
good.
August. I've only been going for like 6 days.
She's got 6 days. That's all.
How many do you have?
Well, we've all heard, the statement, it takes 21 days to break and build a new habit.
Yes.
And that is really true. But I will always tell you, it's usually about day 14 that most people start to quit and give up. Most people don't make it to the 21 days because at day 14, that's when we want to see all these results. But it's taken us 20 years to get to a certain place, and we want 14-day results. And my greatest encouragement to everyone is always, you know what? Go for those 21 days, but you're breaking and building a new habit. It's both.
Yeah.
You're not just getting rid of one habit, you're also
Creating
building
a new
one. And that works with your exercise, that works with your nutrition. You just got to keep doing it and keep going, because when you are your biggest cheerleader, because sometimes there won't be anyone there to say, let's go, you have to make that decision. Am I valuable enough to take care of me? Now, the other thing that I've learned is that there's actually 3 21-day cycles that it takes for your brain to physiologically change in order for it to go, okay, we need to go to the gym now. Mm-hmm. We need to get up and go to the gym, that it becomes this automatic response that your body is now adjusted to.
Yeah.
And, when I've been doing this for so many years, when, I'm not feeling well, I usually will get up and make myself exercise and do something, because I know in the end I will feel better.
Yeah.
But it usually takes 63 days, 3 21-day cycles for you to really, really get that that internal motivation that you need, that no one has to tell you, it's time to get up, it's time to go, let's go. After those 2 months of consistency, your body's going to thank you, and you're just going to feel freaking amazing. So
yeah, I think I'm finally and I think it's just because I'm in a good place mentally also right now. So good. I just go. I'm not trying to set any crazy unrealistic expectations. I just want to go so I feel good, and
right.
My body feels good, and it's been cool. My legs have been buffing up again.
Girl, I know.
They look nice.
I freaking walked in and she looks amazing.
Bam, bam.
Yeah.
Bam,
She's
bam.
got this little hourglass thing happening.
No.
Yeah, she does.
No.
Yeah, she does.
Stop. I'm gonna tell you more.
Man, she had that booty.
No, my hardest thing is always food, though, because I've always been so picky with food and stuff, and so it's just hard for me to find things. But now I'm older and I've been trying to adjust more and stuff, so there's a lot of stuff that I like.
Good.
That I just needed to give a second chance or a better chance, and so it's been a little bit easier lately.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, seasonings are everything.
Yeah.
If you can add some good solid seasonings to just about anything, you're going to be, barbecuing, air frying, all that. There's really no excuses anymore. Everything is so easy to do. And me, I love lemon juice on just about anything. Yeah, I put lemon juice on my my chicken. I'll put it on my fish. I'll put it on my rice. I put it on my salads. And lemon is really good for really just removing some toxins out of your body as well. So yeah, so I just there's all kinds of little things that you can do that will just make your food that much better. So it doesn't feel like it's boring.
Yeah, so it's a matter of me experimenting and playing with it.
Yeah. What's your favorite food?
Healthy or are we being bad? Because I love me some tamales and buffalo shrimp.
Okay, tamales at Christmas. Okay, we got that.
The whole month of December, I don't eat anything but tamales for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. With an egg.
With an egg.
For breakfast.
See, and honestly, I don't mind a tamale with an egg on it. I'm good. I can handle that.
Yeah.
Not every day. Okay, let's go healthy.
Okay. No, like I was telling you, like I like salmon.
That's awesome.
And I've also gotten into like, I love like zucchini, asparagus, what's the squash. I love white rice.
Okay. And white rice is actually really good. A lot of people don't think that it is.
You just have to learn how to cook it. It's like
Well, you learn how to cook it, but again, I think of food as fuel. So if I'm going to have white rice, there's going to be some steak with it, or some chicken with it, maybe some broccoli with it.
We like the salmon with the white rice and the veggies on the side.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
that's actually perfect because that white rice, that particular carbohydrate, when you eat that, it's going to break down. And it's actually going to complement everything that you just ate with your proteins and your good fats. And then the next day, you're going to feel amazing and have better energy. So, yeah, that's huge. Yay, good job.
Oh, I also love grilled chicken.
I love grilled chicken.
I love chicken.
Yeah, I just love anything grilled.
Yeah.
Stick it on the grill. I'm a happy camper. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Never mind. I was going to say something, but it wasn't even appropriate. It's fine.
Go ahead, it wasn't.
Stick it on the grill and I'll eat it. I was going to say, Tyler?
Love you, babe.
Shout out to Tyler.
Hey.
So I'm curious, and I was just thinking about this right now.
Okay.
I obviously like my Starbies.
Yeah.
And drinks like that. What's like good substitutes or like, because you know how like people have like caffeine withdrawals and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I kind of went through like a little period because I've been trying to wean myself off of like energy drinks because I do the low calorie ones.
Okay.
Just because they aren't like as harsh and whatever as they go down. I'm trying to stop shotgunning Red Bulls. I'm trying.
I've noticed I haven't seen a lot of shotguns lately.
The last couple of weeks, I've slipped a couple times, but I was tired. I did that in the morning yesterday before my Starbucks shift, and one of the trainers looked at me. She's like, "Why are you drinking it from the side?"
Because I can't.
I'm all because I need to work today. But anyway, what is like a good like substitute for like caffeine drinkers?
So are you trying to not drink caffeine, or are you just trying to not drink as much sugar? That's my question.
I don't know, because I'm trying to cut back on that to substitute it with more water.
Yeah.
But I know someone like me, it's really like I'm always on the go, and sometimes I need that little bit of pick-me-up. Yeah. And I just don't know if like it's okay to have that one drink a day. Or...
To be honest with you, caffeine's not bad for you, and coffee's actually really good for you.
You heard her. It's good for me.
Without all the sugar stuff.
Without the pumpkin cream cold foam, perhaps.
She's working at Starbucks.
I gotta try all the drinks. I gotta recommend these to my customers.
But honestly, and I know a lot of people don't like coffee black. But but if you can do even like some of the sugar-free syrups or anything like that, if you want to flavor things up that way, coffee is actually really, really good for you, especially if you are wanting to detoxify some things and even lose weight. So caffeine is actually not a bad thing. Coffee is not a bad thing when done in moderation.
It's just the sugars.
It's a lot of the sugars and the additives that are put in it that make it not okay. So like a couple of cups of coffee a day, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Again, if you are looking to, trim some fat in your body, if you add all those sugars to it, that's when you're going to be fighting a little bit of a battle. And sometimes, every now and then, I'll do just a little bit of extra cream or something like that in there because I need the little extra pick-me-up, but I'm going to utilize those calories. Right. I know for a fact, because it's my job and it's what I do, I'm going to be working out in about 20 minutes, and I'm going to be doing a HIIT workout, taking at least 7,000 steps, and I'll be good to go and burning quite a few calories in that. So it really is dependent on the person overall. Of course, Red Bulls, if you do them all the time, all of that. My only concern with those is, people they overload on those to the point where they end up with physical issues later that they don't need to have. So too much caffeine, if you have high blood pressure, anything like that, you really need to moderate those things just to make sure that, again, this is about your health. Yeah. And getting on the water, there's tons of, great things out there that you can add to your water now that if you need a little flavor. It's not a big deal anymore. And they're calorie-free, they're sugar-free, and just find what works for you overall. But if you need that little pick-me-up, there's nothing wrong with a cup of coffee. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, good.
Okay?
Because I can't quit.
Everyone's like, thank you very much.
You heard it here. You go get your Starbies and don't regret it. Just go do a workout later on to compensate for it.
Okay.
Hey, I've gotten a lot better. When I worked at the bank the first of the month, I cracked open 6 monsters.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Wow.
5 or 6.
See, if I did something like that, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
It doesn't even have that effect on me anymore.
That's crazy. That is really crazy. I actually personally, I'm just going to put a plug in. I love the Advocare products.
Yeah.
Advocare Spark. It's healthy for you. Has
that Pina Colada Spark.
Oh, girl.
I used to drink Spark.
Yeah.
Before the gym because I never did like pre-workouts and stuff like that.
Right.
So, a lady that I worked with at the bank, she would sell those products, and she got me on those.
Yeah, and I sell the products. Just like, anyway.
If anybody needs Advocare, Emily Hart, your girl.
That's honestly what I do first thing in the morning. I do some Spark with a little bit of Rehydrate, and literally within 5 minutes, I'm alert. I'm not jittery.
I forgot how good those things are.
Yeah, they really, and they're healthy because they have vitamin B12 in them.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have some chromium in them so that you can have a little bit of appetite control as well. With chromium picolinate. And then I'm trying to remember, there's one thing in there and it's not clicking at the moment. But anyway, there's something in there that elevates your mood a little bit too. So when I drink it in the morning, like I said, 5 to 10 minutes where I felt extremely groggy, thought I don't want to do this day, I get up, I have my Spark with my Rehydrate, and I'm good to go. I'm seriously just, I feel good. It's like, okay, let's get this done. Yeah, and I usually only do that in the morning.
I need to get on that again.
Right.
I'll talk to you after this.
Yeah. I got you, girl.
Speaking of like things like that and like pre-workout, and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on like pre-workout and
again, it just depends on the person and then how much you use. I'm all for it. I have zero problem with it. Everybody does different things so that they can get more of a pump, they can get more of a stimulus in their muscle, or even just a little bit of energy to get through the workout itself. It depends on the individual. And again, if you have any health issues, I will forever say, check with your doctor before you do any of those things. I always have to have those disclaimers because I know a lot of people, they want to do like this pre-workout that has like 600 milligrams of caffeine in it, and then they're wondering why they are having heart palpitations and things are just, they don't feel good, and then they're dizzy. And so you always have to make sure that everything that you do is safe. And that's always been, again, my heart and everything. I want people to have a good experience rather than it be something that's going to be a little bit overwhelming. I do take amino acids, before I work out, about 30 minutes before, the branched chain amino acids. I always do those. I also take something that helps speed oxygen through my bloodstream. So, because what I do when I do my workouts and I'm instructing my workouts, I use a lot of oxygen because I'm not just exercising, I'm also speaking and I'm instructing verbally in a microphone, telling people where to go, what to do next. And it's a constant, so I'm for anything that works for you. Again, safely. It's got to be safely.
Right. So. That makes sense. Yeah. I was just thinking about when you were talking about talking and like instructing. That took me so long to like figure out how to do as an instructor because I'm like over here heavy breathing with all of you, and I'm like, me and Barbara Matthews talking. Your turn, my turn, your turn.
Yeah, I think that was one of the only differences is, like in Zumba, it's the yelling and you got it and all that. But with Ripped, it's okay, everyone, count it up, 2, 3, 4, and down while I'm doing it. Or if we're doing high knees up, you got this. And it's a constant speaking. Yeah. It's a constant. And it's actually really, I think that's one of the other reasons I like Ripped is because it's in every aspect for me, it's challenging. And I always have to remember it's not about me in that moment. So anyway.
I think that's what makes you a good instructor.
Thanks.
You're very thoughtful of everyone in the room.
They always get mad at me. I say one more, then I go, oops, one more. They always know I'm lying.
Learn how to count.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I think one other thing that I just want to know is what keeps you motivated, or what advice do you give to other people to motivate them, or to encourage them to start their like their health and fitness journey, like what is the biggest thing advice that you can give to someone?
Just get up and do it. It sounds cheesy. It sounds simple. It sounds hard, depending on who you are. You just have to decide that the minute that you decide I am worth it, that my health is worth it, that everything about me, I need to feel better. It's time for me to take care of me. Because the one thing I share with every person that I talk to is there isn't anybody else that can take care of you but you.
Yeah.
You know, you can want someone to drag you to the gym. You can want somebody else to fix this for me, you know, and I think we're in such a microwave society. We want it like this.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I'm like that in a lot of areas, but then I realize, you know what, you know, it's okay. You know, you have to give yourself a little bit of time and, but just decide it. You really have to decide it. And one of the other things that I really need to share is that for me personally, when God is the center of anything, nothing's impossible. Mm-hmm. And that's where I draw a lot of my strength from. And that's what I always encourage everybody. You know, I pray with my clients. I do. And I love it. It's fun because, you know, I just know that, I know at the end of the day, that's where it really, really matters. Mm-hmm. And that they matter. And that's the thing. I want everyone to know you absolutely matter. You are here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. You were created for something extraordinary, and only you can fulfill that. Mm-hmm. So take care of yourself, take care of everything about you, and nothing will be impossible.
I love that. I love that. I'm going to cry. I've been a little bit emotional lately because I'm tired, and I haven't had a proper cry in a minute. I'm a liar. I cried last night. It's okay.
I love you, Jeff. I'll hold you.
I think that's a good spot to leave it on.
Okay.
I'm not crying if you're listening on audio. But is there anything that you want to share? Anything you have coming up, like in Morenci or anything? Any of your classes that you just like want to tell people about that you do? Like anything?
Yeah. If anyone is ever in the Morenci area, I have classes all week long. On Monday and Wednesday, 8:45 in the morning, I do Ripped. On Tuesday and Thursday morning at 9:30, I do Zumba. And then Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. in the gym, I also do Zumba there. A circuit class I teach on Fridays at 8:45 a.m. And then at 9:30 on Fridays, I'm doing meditation. And I think I'm going to start doing meditation Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30. If you have never taken 10, 20 minutes to learn, you know, just even be in a meditation class and understand what that is, it's really about just refocusing and getting your mind and your heart in a place so that you can get ready to do the next thing.
I have like the Apple Fitness. Okay. And they have like all of the different programs and stuff.
Yeah.
One of them was meditation.
Oh, yeah.
And I did it in the room upstairs at Physique. And it was just so like refreshing.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's not, I don't know. It's good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure with an instructor, like face-to-face, it's a lot better.
Yeah. A lot of people think that meditation is about a religion or anything like that. And it's not. It's honestly not. There's a lot of different types of meditation that you can do that will just help you feel better about you. And the more I do it, the more I center on it. And for me, I pray even during the meditations. Like I said, it's not religion-centered. That's just my personal choice.
For you, yeah.
Is that, you know, that's part of who I am and what I get to do. Is I can just remember who I really am in the middle of it and then let a lot of things go that really don't matter. Just a lot of small stuff that we often carry. It's a nice
little break and kind of just like a come back to center.
Yeah. Yes. Literally get yourself centered. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to meditate before I go to bed tonight. I feel like I need to recenter.
I need to recenter every day, so I'm good.
I should probably start doing that. Well, thank you so much for coming over and sharing all of your knowledge that you have absorbed in your brain.
I feel like I just kind of threw up a lot of it, but was it good?
It was good. I learned a lot. I learned about my cycles. And remember, we don't know what PMS stands for, so you guys need to come tell us. And also, remember to send chocolates to Emily Hart at Morenci Fitness Center.
Lindor truffles.
Lindor truffles specifically.
Oh, and she needs her Cheetos. We'll just. Do
And
that.
I need my hot Cheetos.
Your hot Cheetos.
Just the regular ones, not the lemon ones.
Regular.
And Starbucks gift cards.
All right. Hey, don't forget, listen to her. Listen to Tina. She's around, and I'm just excited to see where you're going to go next with this. So thank you for having me.
Thank you
This
for
was really
coming. And that's all the tea on this episode. Bye.
Bye.
Yay!
That was fun.
It was. I just love when things flow so naturally.